Hey everybody, how's it going? DJ Snelton from Good Baseball. I'm here with John Snelton, my brother and the owner of Prime Athletics. This is the start of something that we like to call Project 100. We'd like to welcome you to this series that we're starting up. We're going to talk for a little bit today about what exactly Project 100 is, and we're going to go right into that. I'm really excited to introduce you guys my secret weapon that I've had in the last 10 years of my professional playing career. He's written pretty much every strength program that I've ever done. And through trial and error and working through the fire, we've been able to kind of rebrand and reinvent ourselves, going from being a stock lefty to being able to learn how to throw up to 100 miles an hour. And it's been a really long journey, but through a lot of trial and error and learning how to make things more efficient, we've gotten really good at learning how to not only get there in terms of peak performance, but be able to stay there over the course of the years. So, John, what exactly is Project 100 in your eyes?
Project 100 clearly signifies a tier of performance that we want to reach. We want to be 100% bulletproof, to where not just throwing a ball 100 miles an hour, but everything we're doing is at that peak level, whether that's mental performance training or learning to compete at 100. Is really important. It's the complete package is what we're looking for. So
yeah, that totally makes sense, just because I know for the last 4 years from a personal standpoint, I've been in and out of weight rooms between going from that COVID year and getting limited opportunities on the field to 2021, unfortunately being sidetracked and having Tommy John surgery and learning how to kind of rebuild up from there, and you helped me along the way with all of that. I've been in a weight room for 4 years, and I feel like it was a very specific facet of training where once I finally got onto the field, it almost felt like the equivalent of I studied a very specific branch of law and then I went in thinking that I was good to take the bar exam. From a physical side of things, we had everything completely covered. And from a personal standpoint, I felt like I really struggled with the mental side of performance, and the game kind of sped up on me really quickly. And I think that's pretty normal when you have a 4-year absence. I think Project 100 is going to be a really good holistic approach of being that 100% great pitcher. What do we got to do in order to kind of separate strict performance side of things versus how do we mentally give ourselves the tools necessary, stay in the present moment, and learn how to be a very competitive athlete along the way. One of the things that we want to look at is how are we going to deviate what we've done in the past of every bullpen just being 100% effort all the time, full send, to how are we going to go from high effort to high focus to high execution? How are we going to split those two apart and almost create a dichotomy between just strict performance and piecing it all together?
I think this is a cool project for us to get into and to share with you guys through video, because you're going to get to see what we've done right and what we've done wrong over the years, learn from our mistakes, and maybe take some of these new ideas into what you're doing. There was a time period where we had to serve the high performance god, had to do it to get back to where you needed to be, had to market yourself as something to get a look. Now we kind of have that formula on how to get there and even improve upon that formula. We're to take that and adapt our bullpens and even the distance that we do most of our throwing from, the focus of each pen, and play with that based on outcomes, not just from a pure metric standpoint of what was the velocity on that last throw, but hey, what was the actual performance of that last throw? Because there's so many parameters to go into. Was that a competitive pitch? Was it within a few inches of the strike zone, shape of that pitch? How does that velocity plus the actual outcome of where it ended up match up as far as will this perform in game? Some ideas on the brain training, some ideas on different command issues that can be addressed through various training modalities in your bullpens that are going to assist us in ensuring that the beginning of our season this year goes exactly how we want it to go.
I want to take a second here because this is a new project for us. And if you are tuning in with us, just make sure that you check in and follow us on Instagram. My personal page will be GUD Baseball. That's pretty much Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it, that's going to be all three things there. And then obviously you need to follow John as well, because John's going to be sharing a lot of these tips along the way. We're going to be collaborating on all of this, and your Prime Athletics 1, I believe your handle is.
Yep.
Yeah, so make sure that you follow Prime Athletics 1 as well, because we just want to make sure that we can bring you with on this journey. This is going to be a really authentic inside look of what a conventional offseason looks like for players that are trying to not only reach terms of elite performance, but also get into the elite mindset and become the holistic pitcher, so that when you do take the field, not only are you physically prepared, but we make sure that we have the mental tools in our tool belt necessary to reach consistent performance as much as we can.